And ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Picken tells you, and I've been with her to Beijing in China. I've been with her, what other town name again? No, Shanghai. I've been with her to Hong Kong, and I've been with her to many places in the world and see her lead our delegation. I've been with her in London to see her lead the delegation in negotiations. I've seen the former speaker in negotiations. I've seen our chairman in negotiations. We hear Sandy talk about her ability to negotiate for the people of the Virgin Islands. The National Democratic Party team is the right team to be there for you on the 25th of April. Am I right? Am I right about it? So tonight, I want to make sure that you give this young lady a chance to continue to negotiate. I have seen her stood up to MPs of London. She's stood up to all kinds of people. And tonight she has ideas for the people of the Virgin Islands. She has been in many homes. She's seen your hurt. She's heard your feelings. And tonight, I want you to welcome Miss Lorna Smith as she presents herself to lead this country in the next general elections. Please welcome Lorna Smith as she presents herself as a representative for the next general elections for the people of the Virgin Islands. Welcome, Miss Lorna Smith. Lorna in your corner, Lorna in your corner.
I'm feeling stronger with Lorna in we corner. Our country has more power with Lorna in we corner. The future looking brighter with Lorna in we corner. We have a real fight with Lorna in we corner. Yes, we have a rocket launcher. Lorna in we corner. Ready to blow up any monster. Lorna in we corner. No retreat, no surrender with Lorna in we corner. We have a real defender with Lorna in we corner. We need experienced political soldiers in a time of war. So a vote for Lorna could take us really far. The BVI is taking shots after shots. The leader of our government.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. District 4, good evening. Road Town, good evening, BVI. Tonight, the NDP launches Sandy Harrigan Underhill with confidence that she will be victorious on the 24th. Sandy is a champion. Sandy has what it takes to win. She's brilliant. She has experience. And what she promises, she delivers. She's proven it time and again. I am looking forward as an at-large representative to support Sandy as the District 4th representative. Confession time. I have loved all the rallies and launches, but tonight nothing brings me more joy than to speak to you all here, right here in the district where I live, the district I love, and the district that I call home. I am a 4th district person. But I don't think any of us are deaf. We all heard those gunshots, didn't we? And we saw the police racing. Is this what the BVI has come to? Is this what we are going to put up with for another 4 years and beyond? We cannot. We should not. This is not the country I know that I have lived in all my life, except for my first 7 years. We have to change this country. We have to take it back. We have to take it back, and the National Democratic Party government will do just that. Having let off that steam now, I can speak. But I'm I'm really concerned. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a slightly different tack to usual. I want to address some of the social issues that plague this district and the rest of the British Virgin Islands. Throughout the campaign, I have told you why an NDP government must lead the change that we want. There is no question that we know how to drive our economy, to support our entrepreneurs, and once more to position the BVI as a beacon for sustainable business and development in the Caribbean. But the success of a country is not just about its economy. The ties that bind us as a society must be strong. They must be resilient, and their strength depends on how our government and all of us treat those that need a little more support. I speak tonight of our children, our elderly, persons who are differently abled, and persons who are struggling financially. You see, without uplifting all of us together, we cannot lift up the BVI as a country. I repeat, without uplifting all of us together, we cannot uplift the BVI as a country. We know that the high cost of living has impacted many of our people to the point that they cannot meet their daily expenses in many instances. We know that many have experienced either disability or mental health issues. We know that our elderly need more support. Sadly, too little is forthcoming from this country's government. I know from personal experience the pain caused by a family member having no choice but to leave the BVI for a chance at specialized education, which we in the BVI still cannot provide. Last Tuesday, I met a lovely young woman with Down syndrome who thankfully received her education in the United Kingdom for the same reason she could not get the education she needed here. I also have a friend on Virgin Gorda who completed her master's degree in communications from a leading university in the United States. I also know a young man who finished high school at the Vanguard School in the United States. I know there are others, but I know this particular one. A couple of things I want to highlight about those three instances. Those three young people won against all odds. We must celebrate them. And secondly, I want you to reach out to them. Hire them if they need employment. They will be an asset to you because they are loyal and they are smart. Sadly, those are three of very few BVI success stories. We see too many of our others walking our streets for want of much needed attention from the government. When times are tough, and there is no question that they have been, there are budgetary pressures. The easiest thing is to save money on those who cannot speak up for themselves or have no vote. This is the wrong. They should be the first in line. They deserve the most attention. When I went through the budget estimates, the figures are so stark. Over 43 million is allotted to the Premier's office, while the financial contribution to certain groups of our citizens in comparison pales. To allocate so little money to these groups doesn't just shame us, it speaks to the lack of foresight about investing in our future. People who know that those they love are cared for, are freed up to contribute to the economy. People who have support to give them a leg up on the ladder become productive members of the society. Children who are protected protect other children. It is that simple. So the question here is, what would I do differently when I'm elected? In my launch speech on the 10th of March, I promised to speak on these social issues. So tonight is my opportunity, and I make 5 pledges to you against which you can judge me. 1, I want to make sure our people have a safe place to live. That must be our number 1 priority. Many homes are overcrowded, are falling into disrepair, and some have not even been repaired since the hurricanes. I can promise you that under a new NDP government, we will find funding for these repairs, identify and, if necessary, purchase land so that affordable homes can be built. Through incentives, we will encourage some of our private developers to make available a proportion of housing to persons who may not have the financing immediately. Everyone, whatever their economic standing, deserves their own home. We will get this done. 2, our elderly have worked hard all their lives to make the BVI what it is today. They deserve the best in their retirement. Sadly, we are not giving them their best. We cannot be shy in speaking up for these citizens to whom we owe everything. We will ensure that money is spent in the first quarter of a new administration so that their community centers are fully repaired, reopened, and equipped to give them the best care possible. I have to speak frankly on this. Too many of us, because we don't have time for our elderly relatives, are dropping them off at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. Guess what happens, understandably? The staff sends them to the Adina Donovan home. They do not deserve to be there. Now, I understand that you cannot do better, but the result is an overcrowded home for the elderly. We must therefore look at new potential sites to house our elderly and explore how charities like Rotary, Lions, and so on, family foundations, and other entities can work with our government to support our elderly. We will also provide more support for them or elderly to remain in the comfort of their own homes. They love to be in their homes, and we should not deny them that privilege. Number 3, our children are our future. We must protect and nurture them. But to do that, we must first pass the required regulations to support families and to safeguard our children. Again, I promise you the National Democratic Party will get that done. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about poverty and alleviating poverty. As a Rotarian, I have seen the level of unmet needs in our territory. If we fail, our society will continue to stumble as crime increases, problems in our education institutions intensify, and the BVI, as a shining beacon in the Caribbean, loses its brilliance. Housing for those in need, employment, training, and mentorship, a fully digitized and efficient public assistance program, and caseworker support will mean that we can make progress. It will take time, but we, the NDP, will get it done. District 4, people of the BVI, for us to succeed as a safe and a sustainable society, we must all work together. I can promise you that if you vote for Sandy Harrigan Underhill, for me, Lorna Smith, and for the entire at-large National Democratic Party team on the 20th and the 24th of April, we will make the BVI a better place for all of its citizens. May God bless you, and may God bless our Virgin Islands.
Miss Sonny, look like the BVA is in some really hot water right now. And I don't care what anybody say, because everybody needs to know when things get hot like a sauna, you want a Lorna in your corner. I'm feeling stronger with Lorna in we corner. Our country has more power with Lorna in we corner. The future looking brighter with Lorna in we corner. We have a real fight with Lorna in we corner.